All right, shalom, shalom. It's that JMS lesson coming and catch you. Before I do get into this lesson, I want to start by giving our honor, glory, and praises to the Heavenly Father and His only begotten Son, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rahadash. Next up, double honors my apostles and elder bishops of Great Millstone, taught me the 100% truth of the Bible and who rule well. Peace, love, salutations to all the brothers across the four corners of the earth, pushing this truth in all diligence and sincerity. Right, once again, it's the brother Shawai from the GMS North Carolina Church out here in Raleigh, able to put together a Lord will edifying lesson. Right, and I guess the title is just going to be, Second Ezra 9:1 or Measure Thou the Time, right? Because look, it's getting spooky out here, man. Right, these prophecies are revving up, they're kicking off in the high gear, right? Prophecies are moving right along, right? And as the scriptures foretell, right, there's a lot of calamity, woes, uproars of the people as you're about to get. It's just so much going on, right? You can barely even keep up with everything, right? This is 2 Ezra 9:1. He answered. Let's start at chapter 8. This 2 Ezra 8 and verse 62. These things have I not shown unto all men, but unto thee and a few like thee, right? So the Lord doesn't deal with everybody, right? So when we talk about the things that are going on in the earth today, right, those things have to be understood, right, in the spirit to be able to bring out and prophesy and link them up, right? And the Lord has not bestowed that wisdom, knowledge, and understanding onto every single person. Just because you see them out there with fringes on the t-shirts or even with garments, right, and a Bible, don't mean that the Lord is dealing with them, right? So that's why, that's another point. That's why it's imperative that you pray to the Lord that He points you in the direction of the men that He actually set up with the correct understanding. Right? It reads on verse 63. Behold, O Lord. Of course. It reads on. Verse 63. Behold, O Lord, now hast thou shown me the multitude of wonders which thou wilt begin to do in the last times, but at what time thou hast not showed me. Right, so, and likewise today, right? The Lord is giving us the visions to tell what's going on and what's happening in the earth, I know, and how to, right. Jake with the speaker, but the Lord is giving us vision to see the things that are coming, right? We know martial law is coming. We know more civil unrest is coming. We know chaos is soon upon the face of the earth, right? We know that the Strong's G 54 and 80, right? We know what that is. We know that's coming, right? But at what time we can't tell you the exact hour and minute when the Lord coming back. No, so we don't got everything. We have everything as it pertains to salvation, man, to get us through this thing, man, right? And that's what the Lord has revealed unto us, right? He's revealed unto us all the things that we need to know, man, right? Through what? Here it is. 2 Ezra 9:1. He answered me then. Did I finish it out? It says, but at what time thou hast not shown me, chapter 9, verse 1, he answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself. So what? We have the scriptures. The scriptures is the measuring stick because within the scriptures is prophecy, right? The prophecies themselves is a part of the measuring stick. Once we see certain things that are brewing, that are happening, right? The men of the Lord are able to identify them, through the Spirit and bring them out and link them up, right? That's how we know a lot of things, even though they were written for a time, we know that a lot of things that were written or they might have been written thousands of years ago, but they pertain to us specifically. Why? Because the prophecies, we're seeing them, they're happening. Things that didn't happen over 2,000 years ago are happening right before our eyes, and the ability to spiritually discern those things, right, are given to the men of the Lord, man. Right, the men that the Lord are directly dealing with on bringing these prophecies out and how to deal and how to correctly measure up the times diligently in itself to prepare the minds of the elect. Right, Lord willing, we be a part of that number ourselves. It reads on and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs pass, which I have told thee before, right? Then shalt thou understand that it is this very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. And we're seeing these signs, right? We're seeing the Lord visit this place, man. Right? The Lord said he was going to plague, Egypt with plagues as before. And we know the modern day Egypt is here in America. Right, so hey, look, the Lord, he's plaguing it with storms and tempests and fires. Right, just read the other day that North Carolina was there was like a risk of forest fires or something like that going on over here in the East Coast, and it's even more rampant. I've been living on the East Coast my whole life, and I haven't seen as many like wildfire or forest burnings going on here as much as I see from like the West Coast out in Cali and stuff like that. But what the Lord is ramping these prophecies up, he's ramping everything up. Everything is going up to the max. Right? Hurricanes, there's a category 5 hurricane spinning around in the Atlantic right now. So the Lord is bringing his prophecies forth, man. Salakia. And he's visiting this place. Verse 3. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people, right, in the world, right, and that's what we see. We see civil unrest here in America, right? The mayor of Chicago, right, talking about doing a strike and all this other stuff, man. Uproars of the people in Italy, right? So, hey, look, man. Whew. And many more. I'm only just naming things that's coming off the top of my head, man. All you gotta do is go, man. You go on YouTube, go into the news tab, and it's just filled with prophecy, man. It reads on, right? Uproars to the people in the world, right? Then thou shalt well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. Right. So, hey, look, these are the things that were already written of, right? In the scriptures, these are the prophecies. These are the things that were foretold, right? The things that we're seeing right now, right? Playing out before our eyes, right? They're scriptural. So now we know, we see. We're talking about the uproars of the people, the civil unrest, and the MOT to the B, and this cruel Lord, and DJ Trump, and the draconian measures that they're going to. Hey, look, that Revelation 12:12 coming down with great wrath. That's 2nd Ezra 16. And, I'm just, ranting off, precepts 16 and verse 70 on down, right? We know that things are about to ramp up, man, right? We know that the Lord is visiting this place, and we know that these things have to happen so that we can get the kingdom, right? So what we rejoice in the prophecies coming forth, even with all the bad times ahead, man. All right, perilous times that are already here, but we know that the elect shall be pulled through it. I'll bring that out, and then I'll end it. Just a little spiritual rant on a little plantation. So I don't have as much time as I want to. What's that? Zechariah 13 and 8. Yep, Zechariah 13 and 8. And it shall come to pass that in all the land, saith the Lord, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die, but the third shall be left therein. Right. So the 2 parts. You got the pie chart. You cut it up into thirds. The 2/3 is the majority, right? So the majority of our people are gonna be cut off and die, man. Right. The multitude born in vain. Right, the those that loathe the law, right? That's the 2/3 that didn't want it, the children of disobedience, right? They didn't want to get right, right? They misused, they mocked the prophets, right? They continue after the ways of the heathen and after the ways of the world, and ultimately are going to get destroyed, man, right? Verse 9, and I will bring the third part through the fire, right? So the third part that should be left therein is that Isaiah 8 and 20. Matter of fact, I'll end it off on that. I will bring the third part through the fire, right? So we got this Jacob's trouble that's coming, right? Hell on earth, right? That's about to ensue. Total chaos and anarchy in the streets of America and all throughout the 4 corners of the earth, right? This place is literally going to be on fire when the Lord returns, right? What's the Lord going to do? More fire. So, hey, and then ultimately, 200 million ICBM nuclear warheads are going to touch down and destroy America. America is going to throw missiles themselves. So this third world war that's about to be fought is going to be fought with a nuclear arsenal, and the Lord's going to bring his elect through that fire as well, right? But what this whole time is a purification process for the elect, man, to come out on the other side, It reads on verse 9. It's fire, and exactly, and will refine them as silver is refined, and will try them as gold is tried. They shall call on my name, and I will hear them. I will say, it is my people, and they shall say, the Lord is my power. And in this group are those that took heed to the message, took heed to the minute of the Lord, right? Prayed that they were pointed in the direction of the men that the Lord actually set up, right? To call upon the true names of the Lord, right? That's something that's very important, right? Hey, I hate to, I don't want to rush the spirit and all, but, of course we can keep going. Just a little spiritual rant, no particular order, but hey, look, measure the times diligently in yourself, pay attention, keep watching, stay sober and stay vigilant, because time is of the essence, right? So, with that, I say shalom, peace and love to the elect, shalom.